let's just wrap it up with this.
Yeah.
We talked to Mark Spector. We had Edmonton talk. What trade do you want the Oilers to make, Lucas? On behalf of the Oilers, I've talked about it a little bit. Is it like a rental for an Edmundson or a rental for a Gostisbehere? I mean, there's been so many conflicting reports. We talked about it with Mark. Is like Gostisbehere, the puck moving guy. Maybe the top players like that fit better, but an Edmundson, a Gavrikov, an Ekholm, that's the type you want in the playoffs against. I mean, hey, if you're Edmonton playing against Vegas, or if you're an Edmonton playing against a Colorado, you want Ekholm against those guys rather than a Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere will get exposed in those matchups.
Well, Ekholm is the best guy on the market, no doubt.
$6.25 million cap it still, a couple more years. What are you thinking on that?
I think they need to retain a little bit, but I mean, even just to make the money work, they're going to have to retain, right?
Puljujarvi would go the other way. By the way, to add to this chat, as we record Monday night, it seems like Puljujarvi is scratched tonight.
Yeah, Puljujarvi, this is a saga now. Nothing's happened.
Trade waivers.
Make the frickin' trade.
But Ekholm overall is the best D out of all the guys we just named, and the best fit for Edmonton in my mind. But I do agree with Mark Spector in the fact that I like the puck movers more than just the more defensive guy like a Gavrikov. I like Gostisbehere's fit. I like I'm a big Nick Jensen guy. Like I would think Nick Jensen would fit well. I'd have to actually look at the pairs and see the left, right.
To me, I don't know if Edmonton, if they're comfortable with that right side of Barry, Bouchard, and CC, then they're probably acquiring a left shot guy, which maybe takes them out of a Nick Jensen type. I mean, I love the Ekholm fit. Don't get me wrong. It's just a money thing. So if Nashville can retain, I'll put this out there. If Nashville can retain $1.5 million on that, you put Puljujarvi in there, and then you're probably, I mean, I guess it's Foegele in there just for money purposes. Like, I don't think they're moving a Barry in that deal. So Foegele and Puljujarvi, that would be $5 million. So yeah, I mean, they can make it work if Ekholm is retained by at least $1 million or $1.5 million, and then Foegele and Puljujarvi going the other way. They can make that deal work, but it's just, yeah, you know what, Lucas? I'd say this: Nurse, Ekholm, CC, Barry is not a bad top four if you're Edmonton and you want a balance of puck moving with defense structure.
No, it's not bad. I think their home run
not great still.
No, their home run is to get a defenseman. And it's going to depend if they can get some retention and have the assets to get an Ekholm, or if they just want to play it more safe and get a Carson Soucy. Like, I didn't mind Carson Soucy either if the Leafs were going to add him instead of McCabe. I know the cost probably would have been a little bit lower because he's a UFA, but like he's a decent player too.
So Foegele, I just read the comment. Foegele has played well lately for Edmonton. So, I mean, if it's Yamamoto going in that trade because his fit's been rough, then maybe. I will also add to that, Edmonton will be dummy category if they trade a first for Mr. Rental Edmundson. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's insane.
Do not trade a first for Edmundson.
John, it's almost going to be, for me, I think as we get closer to the deadline, like if I had to guess, just the amount of defensemen's names we've said today, as we get closer to the deadline, I think the prices have to come down because
100%.
When there's this many defensemen, man, like if Montreal's saying, hey, we want a first for Edmundson, yeah, forget it. I'll go get Carson Soucy, or I'll go get Shane Gostisbehere or Nick Jensen, or like the list just goes on.
I'll go get Luke Schenn for a third round pick.
Like, and we're not saying all these guys are the same caliber of player, but like these prices that we're seeing so far, I think have been for the big fish that were like coveted by multiple teams, right?
Well, Lucas, man, if it's a difference of trading a first and third for Gavrikov or a third for Luke Schenn, are we freaking kidding me? Like, that shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't be like the fact that Gavrikov was maybe going to get that is laughable. And Columbus was on the brink of pulling a finesse job again, Lucas. They were going to do it again. If not for Washington making Orlov available, Boston was literally going to sauce a first and another draft pick for a Gavrikov. That was going to happen.